Welcome to the Bendano Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. So last week, we talked about Jason Whitlock disowning the WNBA. True to his word, hasn't spoken a lick about the WNBA since. Colin Cowherd trashing the WNBA. It's Caitlin Clark and only Caitlin Clark. Last year, he used to lead shows talking Caitlin Clark, talking WNBA. This year, with her injury, didn't even bother wasting more than 10 minutes talking about the WNBA this year. No Shanae, no Elle Duncan, no Monica McNutt, none of those appearances on First Take. But that aside, do you know what else struck me earlier today? What else we haven't seen much of this season? Last year, we couldn't go 5 seconds of television without getting one of these thrown in our face. Last year, we couldn't watch 5 minutes of League Pass without getting one of these thrown in our face. They couldn't go to commercial break without throwing one of these in our face. Do you guys remember this commercial? I know you guys do. You probably remember it word for word by now.
Asia, your car's small.
It's a little cramped, but it's fine.
Fine? When you became MVP once, was that fine? No. You did it thrice.
They built you a statue.
But you're fine with this tiny car when you could just sell it to CarMax?
You're right. It's not fine.
I can't feel my legs.
Never settle on the lot or on the court.
Now, how many times have you seen a CarMax commercial featuring WNBA players in it since? You know what? Let's go one further, shall we? Let's go one commercial further.
New car, huh?
Yep. Big L. Ellie?
You called for a big L, so now she's serving. Get it, girl?
I meant my car. That is a big loss.
Oh, you don't need an L, you need a W. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Just give State Farm a call. We'll get to work.
Excuse me, guys, but the queen is already working here.
Nothing like watching the New York Liberty mascot twerk on a television screen. Now, questions, folks, questions. Let's think to ourselves, because I put some thought into this and I couldn't think of one. Other than a Nike commercial, other than a Gatorade commercial, how many commercials have you seen of companies putting WNBA players as the face of their commercial? I can't think of one. The only commercial that comes to mind is the Paige Beckers Coach commercial, and they don't even put that on television. That seems to be strictly a League Pass commercial that they show us while we're watching WNBA on League Pass. Other than that, has there been any State Farm commercials not featuring Caitlin Clark that you've seen throughout this season? I know they did a Juju commercial recently. I don't remember the last time I saw that. I've seen some from the logo commercials quite frequently. That New York Liberty State Farm commercial, they ran that into the ground. That CarMax commercial with Asia, Shanae, Sue Bird, Sabrina, they ran that into the ground. When was the last time you saw a commercial along those lines? Not basketball related, but we are going to use WNBA players as the face of this. We are going to capitalize on the momentum that Caitlin Clark has brought to the league and try to virtue signal all around. No Caitlin Clark. These companies wipe their hands of the WNBA. They're not going to put time. They're not going to put effort. They're not going to put money into another commercial until Caitlin Clark comes back. Now, I know the New York Liberty, that was right after they won the championship. Well, that commercial came out around January, about 2-3 months after they won the championship. Nothing since. That CarMax commercial, they ran that all Caitlin Clark's senior year at Iowa. They ran that all through the draft. They ran that all through last year. They ran that all through this year's draft. But we haven't seen it since Caitlin Clark has been down. WNBA players are back to being ignored by corporations and companies. They're back to being in obscurity. With Caitlin Clark, rising tide lifts all boats, and she was the tide that lifted them all. But when that tide's not playing, when that tide is out for injury, maybe I'm wrong here. If you guys have seen some commercials, let me know, but I sure haven't. I sure haven't. Even when I'm watching on ESPN, I don't see anything. When I'm watching on ABC, I don't see anything. CBS, I don't see anything. Only on League Pass I get that Paige Beckers commercial. Other than that, if it's not Nike and not Gatorade, it's nothing. Speaking of nothing, let's talk about some of these ratings real quick. Fever Mercury from last Tuesday, 310,000. Fever Mystics from last Sunday, 270,000. The Fever Mystics on NBA TV got outdrew by women's college volleyball on the Big Ten Network. Oh boy. Wing Sparks, the game right after, 130,000. And the finale between the Sky and the Aces did 90,000 views. 90,000 views. Now, fortunately, the ratings bounced back. Last time we saw the Indiana Fever go up against the Lynx this past Tuesday, that number is nice. 1.03 million. Trashing women's college volleyball, excuse me. More than women's college basketball, women's college volleyball, and Major League Baseball Tigers Yankees combined. That's a good number. As for those NBA TV numbers, sad, pathetic, nothing to cheer about, nothing to throw a parade over. Caitlin Clark on NBA TV this year was doing 550. This is half that. And the excuse, oh, well, it's on Sunday. It's not an excuse. We've seen the Indiana Fever last year go head-to-head against the NFL, still pull big numbers. We saw the Indiana Fever versus the Minnesota Lynx go head-to-head against the Packers Eagles in Brazil last year. Still pull big numbers, 650,000 on NBA TV. So the fact that it was Sunday, not jacking that. The other thing coming down, ticket sales. From $89 per ticket prior to Caitlin Clark's season-ending injury, down 30% to $62 a seat. Now the big number, what these people need to look at, how far did they come down in face value? If somebody spent $250 on that seat, and now they're willing to come up off it for $62, yikes. 1/4 of the price is all they're willing to get back. They don't want to spend gas, money, merchandise sales, ticket, concession sales, park. They don't want to bother. And that goes into why they held off so long in announcing Caitlin Clark's season-ending injury, because they knew people would stop showing up. They knew the excitement and the interest would wind down. Yes, I understand they might have been sold out, face value sold out, but these are huge businesses. These organizations are huge. You don't think they want to capitalize on the team store, selling all the apparel, selling all the merchandise, basketballs, jerseys, t-shirts, shorts, socks, mugs, keychains, foam fingers, whatever? You don't think they want to capitalize on all food, hot dogs, popcorn, pretzels, cheesesteaks, whatever else they might be selling over there in Indiana? All the drinks, soda, beer, more beer, what? More beer, what? Yeah, shout out to Stone Cold. If you know, you know. It's the reason why they held out. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. We'll see you next time. And as always, take it easy.